It's called the greatest setting in college football, and even if the skies open up, that pales in comparison to the purple rain that will be unleashed by the homestanding Washington Huskies. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the USC Trojans, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the Washington Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Washington will kick off as this one gets started. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Trojans offense will have the first possession of the game. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
The quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game, so who do you look for? The tight end, and there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter, but over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
Man, I really love the way this guy looks when he's toting the rock. You think about all the high school kids out there who dream about one day donning a USC jersey and being the starting running back for the Trojans. There's so much competition, not just in the state of California, but nationally, to come to this school and be the guy, to be RB1. He's on the field for a reason. This guy is unique. He's got speed and vision. What a weapon.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long, all kinds of running room. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for space. It's Slater. They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early.
Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Southern Cal. They grab the early lead.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. The Huskies offense will try to get something started with their first possession. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
Quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different, man. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. A running back on a linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
Hold it, finds his man on the left. Tackled immediately after the catch. Running game worked on 1st down. Let's see if they go back to it on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Hurley. Looking deep down the right side. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. Washington sends out the punt team. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And with a hallelujah land. Touchdown USC!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw, it's Hurley. Makes the grab on the left. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. He's got great speed. They make the stop on the return, but there is laundry on the field. Let's get the call. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Trying play action, getting some heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Got it in the middle. It's Slater. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. So in their own territory, on 4th and inches, the offense will stay on the field. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
4th and inches anywhere on this field. I don't care if it's in the red zone on your own goal line. If you have their offensive line, I'm going for it, and you just saw it right there. Get it done.
Wants to throw on first down. Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. He's looking to throw. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. Man, that was an impressive and dominant first quarter. Let's take a look at the stats before we move on. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. And the Trojans are marching down the field. Out of the gun to give to the back. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
There's just so much chemistry between this quarterback.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown, Trojans. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Washington right back to the line. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. It's caught. So important to convert these third downs, and they get it done. They'll have it at the 42. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. The give to the lone running back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. Here comes the hurry up. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And he'll chuck it into the cheap seats there and save the down. Nobody getting open there. This offense has a second down play. Off the play fake. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Fires the pass. Intercepted. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
That is exactly what this defense needed. They have not had a great first half, given up a bunch of touchdowns, but this might get them started. This might get the energy going and maybe wrap it.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The Trojans will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He will make the fair catch just a few yards shy of midfield. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Derek.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to that.
It's 3rd down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. Scanning the field, it's Hurley. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Washington sends out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Leaves it with the running back. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. On the ground, it's Slater. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called.
Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. 1st down here for the offense. The snap sets up the throw. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They were backed up in their own end. Now a bit of a change of scenery. They're across the 35, 1st and 10 from the 36. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on those body blows so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. Sometimes you're just too open. They had the big play to start the drive, but a couple of misfires now leaves us with 3rd and 10. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Fair catch called for and made. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the 1st half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes...
And the ball is intercepted. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Trojans. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. He's going to pass. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
He tries to take the top off. Wide open, he makes the catch. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. A new set of downs after the completion. Going up top on 1st down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Husky. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the boxes. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, looking for a deep man. It's complete. A huge pickup. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And once he got loose, it was all over. My goodness, he is putting on a laser show right now. Liner, Palmer, Pat Hayden, Marinovich, you name it. These guys are going to be looking up at this dude.
Just spinning the bean all over the yard, and that's why you come to USC. Those names you mentioned, and you know that ball's going to be in your hands. You get to go make plays, and he is doing exactly that.
Less than half minute to play here in the half. Let's see how aggressive they are on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Hurley. Looking left. Wide open downfield. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They'll throw it on 1st down. It's complete. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Looking to throw for it. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
Offenses know and work on it all week. 3rd downs. We got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this 3rd down. It could come back to bite them.
On 4th down, going to the air. Snags it inside the 20. Thought for a minute they were going to turn that into a score. They get the big play, but time runs out here in the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great scene today in Seattle. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats. With that said, let's send it back to our guys inside Husky Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Trojans will kick it away to start the 2nd half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Got blown out in the first half, and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Caught in the backfield. It's Weeks. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Looking at a 2nd and short now. The give to the back. And the Huskies will keep this drive going.
You got to wonder if that's a moral victory for this offensive line, because they have not been running the ball well at all game long. But on that short yardage situation, they finally pick it up, and maybe that's going to be the catalyst for them to get this thing going and spark the run game.
Red pass, it's complete. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22. The Huskies with the 1st and 10.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, the inside give. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the 1st down. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. From the gun, the running back has it. Give him about a yard on the play. It's down at the 10. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Using his legs, it sweeps. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Tune in to the Ocho, 8th play of the drive coming up. The run to the right. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. Give to the running back. Makes him talk to the hand. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms.
And the rush will get to him at the 25. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Texas looked like a program ready to take the next step after a big road win today. This was a complete team effort from the Horns. Offense, defense, and special teams doing its part. Hook 'em, and they hooked a W in this one. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. When those guys, those running backs come in, they just need a mitt. They put one mitt on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength. And they just kind of sneak that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Going over the top. And it's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, USC. And the route is on.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the 3rd quarter, march it down the field to score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
42, Washington, 10.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Quick completion to the right. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Wants to throw. It's Hurley. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Washington has it and a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. And the timing just a hair off.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Third and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's picked off for the third time today. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passed, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback. And DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Let's see if the defense comes after them. Third and short from the 45. From the gun, the ground game. Makes his man miss. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide out in motion. To the air on first down. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
Good job on defense, getting a hand on it, tipping it up in the air. They weren't able to pick it off, but they do force the incompletion.
They'll give it to the back. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Well, they came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Listen, in these situations, it's so hard to push the ball down the field because the defense is playing pass. We bring in 4 DBs. We're dropping deeper in our coverage, and we're making you throw the ball underneath or run the football. Nice job by the running back. Listen, he got good yards. He didn't get the first down, but now he's in a situation where third down becomes something where it's not predictable. Now it's a situation where they can go out and have success.
He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. Makes the grab. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Back to pass, it's Hurley. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Pulls it in. Off he goes. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. And the Huskies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. Unleashes it on the run. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Washington sends out the punt team. Making sure there's no return on that one as the punt sails out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the run. Fakes his man out. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on first and 10. The inside handoff. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Right back to the well. And on that short gain, that will bring us to the end of this game. After the stumble earlier this year, a lot of people wrote this team off. People might be searching for spots on the bandwagon again now.
Yeah, give this coaching staff a lot of credit too, Reese, because they made a few tweaks and adjustments schematically to their personnel as well, and they've really now seemed to find a nice rhythm.
And it's hard to find that early in the season, but the good teams figure out who they are, what they do well, and you could tell they're starting to get in a groove, figure out who does what well, and maximize that and accentuate that.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.